Sometimes the answers don't come in the noise. They come in the pause between the steps, in the silence between two mountain winds. Up here, the city fades. The pressure, the expectations, the dopamine traps. Because clarity isn't found in momentum alone, it's forged in stillness. I climb not just to move, but to see. To remember that bold decisions don't shout, they whisper. And you need distance to hear them. The truth is, most people never stop. They sprint from task to task, from signal to signal, thinking that motion equals progress. But a life worth building requires more than forward. It demands direction. So I step out of inboxes and meetings, out of artificial urgency, into this place, where the road reminds me of who I am. And up here, I finally ask myself the real questions. What matters? What am I building? And most importantly, am I bold enough to choose the path that scares me, but calls me? Because the right decisions rarely feel safe, but they always feel true. So let the silence strip away the doubt. Let the air stitch the map inside my chest. And when I descend, I won't just return, I'll arrive. Clear, certain, and ready. Ready to choose the mountain that is truly mine to climb.
What's going down, Tim?
We're playing Tetris. We're moving from Austin to Denver for a while. It's a 14-hour car ride there, so we got a handful today. And I'm gonna visit a customer who is operating a different vertical. So I want to expand the software to be able to be used in adjacent markets. So I'm gonna shadow a company, see their operations, both from site as well as back office, and try to understand how they work and if we need to make any changes to the product.
How's everybody's favourite person in the vlog feeling?
Yeah, fucking newly awakened.
You had a good weekend?
It's good, it's fun.
Yeah? Lots of work?
Lots of work done.
Yeah?
Productive work.
Yeah?
Very productive. You know, really getting to know the local Texan culture.
Alright, so we've got a long drive ahead of us. I think it's 14 hours to Denver, but it's really important that we get there today because we've got stuff tomorrow, so there's no choice but to drive all day. We've had very good habits while we've been in this house. We've all had our own designated working spaces. We've gotten into good routines. We've not missed any gym sessions. So it's very important that we just keep up the momentum now. We're going to keep each other accountable in every facet of life. Anyway, time for a big old American road trip. Go. Made it, boy.
Yeah, oh, I'm tired. You can tell. Me and Benjamin are heading up early tomorrow morning. We're gonna be at one of our clients' office already at 8 o'clock. And it's already 1:45. But we got a lot of shit to unpack, so. Just like that, we are back in business. I have a super hectic week ahead of me, which stresses me out a little bit. But I went for a long 35-kilometer bike ride, and working out is the best way for me to get rid of stress. Tomorrow, I'm going back to my roots a little bit. It means steel boots, gloves, and hard hat on, where we do some physical labor. For me, it's super important that I truly understand the trade
I can't build any, theoretical perfect features from an office. If I can put myself in the shoes of the end user and truly understand how they work and operate on a day-to-day basis, that's where I can build something that is actually really and genuinely, great for them. So when I'm gonna venture into this new market, if we decide to do it, it's important for me to have all the basics locked down first. So I'm pretty excited for that. It's gonna be fun to be out on site, but I have a ton of emails that I need to catch back up onto because I'm pretty much not gonna get any work done in the coming 2 days. So it's gonna be a late one to get that sorted. I'm also sending Elliot to one of our other customers to do a customer success video, and Benjamin is coming with me to try to understand this new market. So let's get into it.
Good morning. It's 7 in the morning, which is way earlier than my operating hours. We are in Denver, but we're heading up north already, about an hour to Longmont. We're gonna meet one of our clients, and this one is different. So we are working in the niche of telecom construction. This customer is in power utilities, which is a market that I want to expand into, so it's very interesting. And I want to go and understand how we need to pivot the product or change the product in order to fit their market. But I have a saying that I don't build any feature before I understand the problem at its core. Never listen to your customers' solutions. Try to understand their pain points, the core problem, where does it come from, why is this a problem, and how have they been solving it today. Once you know that, then you, as a product manager or the owner of the company, can figure out the ideal solution to that problem. Because in many cases, it is not the typical way or the instinct way to think of that is the best way to do it. So you can come in with your software knowledge about your product, see the problem with fresh eyes, and figure out a better solution. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to their office, I'm gonna go to their site, and truly immerse myself into their world, and I can see if I can figure out a good solution to the problem. I just talked to this customer though, and they have explicitly said that they are not okay with any filming, nor on site, nor in their office, which kind of sucks, because I would like to show you the behind the scenes of that, but we'll have to make do and make the best out of it. I can see if I can film anything. If not, I'll give a little recap of what my sort of findings and conclusions are. Morning. Do you have my coffee? Ah, lifesaver.
You got it, man.
Can't function without this. Right, let's head to Longmont. Alright, we're back in Denver after what I would consider a very successful day. Spent the entire day out with our clients. And what I alluded to earlier, I think is so important. Try to understand the problem at its core, and then it's your job to figure out the best solution to that problem. And it turned out now that being and spending some time with them, the problem that they were trying to solve wasn't the root source of what messed up that caused a lot of admin inside of the business. I think we now have a much better solution for it. And it also goes to show how important the in-person meeting still is. If you have the opportunity, if you have the money, spend some time and visit your customers or ideal customers if you're building for a new product, and shadow them. That's the best way to learn. People think I don't work. We're on a construction site here, and we're gonna dive heads deep into the world of power utilities. So like I said, before I build anything, I wanna make sure I truly understand it to its core. So today we're acting construction guys, and we're gonna go out to one of the client sites and immerse ourselves in this industry. Dude, you actually fit in that. That is the new Berghain glasses.
OX over any other tracking system when it comes to construction. I'm Scott Henney. I work for Bonfire Engineering Consulting. I'm an inspector too out on a project for Holy Cross Electric out here in Avon. We have so many different aspects when it comes to aerial, underground, fiber, you name it. We have it in OX, and to be able to track the quantities through these different aspects is amazing.
What would you say to someone who's skeptical, they're hesitant of trying OX, they're maybe worried it's going to be really hard to use?
No, you need to get it now. The time that you're going to save, the knowledge base that your employees will gain from using OX saves time and saves money.
Would you recommend OX to anyone else?
Absolutely.
We are heading off to yet another client. Very busy week this week. And go through the engineering workflows and see if we can map that into our software as well. Got the whole crew with me. Elliot,
Camera reception.
you went to do that customer success video yesterday a few hours from here.
Yeah.
What did you do after?
I went to South Park, where the
Such a
cartoon was
nerd.
based off.
Fucking nerd.
It was amazing. I met a lovely lady, she spoke to me, she really enjoyed my company, and I ate some tacos.
Cool. We're late. Get out of here. We're heading up to one of our actually oldest customers. They've been with us from the pretty much the start, and we're working very tightly with them. We do like a lot of our marketing campaigns together because we're sort of targeting the same customers. They're both an engineering and construction firm, and we've been helping out with their construction side, since the start. But now we want to take a little bit closer look at their engineering side. Can we help them track the workflows there as well? And can we adapt it in current existing product, or do we need to make some modifications? So that's what today is about. We also did a customer success video with them yesterday. So we're gonna mop up a little interview with one of the PMs. Dane, good guy. Everyone's talking about it.
And once we made the switch over, it was a night and day difference, right? My name is Dane Dooley, Senior Project Manager here at Bonfire Engineering and Construction, and we use Oculus X to help complete our tool. Before Oculus X, we were using spreadsheets and a lot of manual data, Microsoft Excel forms. With these large, sizable projects that's coming out with all this funding, made it an absolute nightmare to just kind of track and record. Once we got Oculus X and implemented that, it's expedited that process from permitting to deliverables to construction, the whole 9 yards. It took my job, it used to take me 4 or 5 hours to do, and do it in a matter of seconds and minutes. It opens up a little more free time for me to enjoy what we do here and my job, as well as take on some more opportunities here.
Yeah, so this is the aftermath of a workshop like this. I absolutely love these sessions. I don't know what's wrong with me, but just like getting together a couple of people and just like iron out the nitty-gritty details. Because again, devil is in the details. It just comes to show. We're trying to break down like how the actual start to finish workflow, what product looks like, and what we are addressing today of that life cycle. And like we don't take care of this part, we don't take care of this part, but there's a gap between different systems. So we're talking this way, but we're not really talking with the system that happens here. And we're trying to figure out, okay, could we come in early into the process? Does it make sense? Should we data talk to each other? Well, like in this case, what we realize is that we don't even need some of these softwares. They can just input this directly into our software. And after ironing all this out, turns out we didn't even need to build the functions. We could just utilize some of the things we already have. So, super important, go out with your clients, understand their reality, and sometimes it's more a matter of implementation rather than features. So, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I've drifted, I feel different, I feel gifted. I've been high so long, don't need the smoke to get lifted. I've been under pressure looking for Nikki. Whenever she is around, you know I come quickly. Vivid memories of Chicago, South Side where I go. From Reddy's to the House of Blues, progress is the motto. Man, the first show that I ever done sold, I was in Chicago. Yeah.
Something I really enjoy doing is cooking. So I was here last year in Denver and I came by this store, which is super cool. They got a bunch of knives, like Japanese knives. So I feel like it's time to invest in one more knife to my collection. So let's see what they have. We got a winner. Natural forged steel with a Japanese handle, so very light, and yeah, I like the kind of two-tone with the dark brown on here. And they got the Japanese family manufacturer down there. Very cool. That's for a good moment. Start cooking. This area is kind of cool. It's Rhino, so it's like the art district of Denver. We're staying just one block over. I really fell in love with this place last year here. It's like an old industrial area that they have, you know, converted into this hip commercial with bars, restaurants, cafes, and like, yeah, breweries, art going on everywhere. We don't want to live here, but I like to visit from time to time.
And where down we go, 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 go. Where down we go, 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 go. So where down we go, way down we go. Whoa, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah.
I finally figured out why I've got so much problem with my knees. It's the shoes. Problem came when I switched to the On Clouds, the Monster 3. And I think it has too high drop and they're too unstable. So it fucked up my knee. Because it's getting worse every time I'm walking or doing something with them. And I use them instead of other shoes because I think it's gonna do it better. So we're rocking the gym in fashion now. On Clouds go around. So we're wrapping up what's been a very intense week. Next week's gonna be even more intense. I'm hitting 4, potentially 5 countries. Starting with going down to Birmingham and meeting a new client of ours. We're gonna onboard them on site as well, following the theme of what we've been doing in the past 2 weeks. Trying to work on account expansions and activating larger customers. But from there on, we're heading back to Europe. And it's gonna be some fun things happening. I'll be meeting up with you in the UK, so stick around for the next video. And it's gonna be more private stuff and less business. The whole digital nomad lifestyle is something that I enjoy very much, but there's always 2 sides to every coin. And something that's been weighing me down quite a bit is the decision of where I should go next. Where should I stay? Am I making the right moves? Is this what's best for me right now? And now I finally pull the trigger. I booked the coming 2.5 months of accommodation, so no longer need to think about that. And I realized is that the heaviest things you carry aren't your bags nor any regrets. It's the decisions you haven't yet made, because they follow you everywhere you go. They're quiet, invisible, yet very loud when you're alone.
Oh, way down we